rather it be the permanent residency in Germany or applying for a German university. You need one thing, that is the A1 certification. It really depends if you're going for TELC or if you're going for Goethe or any other German examination. But in this video specifically, I'm going to let you know about the TELC model test papers, which can help you to understand really how the TELC A1 examination works. The people who are not subscribed to my channel, hello, I am Rushali here and welcome to my channel. So I can tell you my tips, what I have learned staying 4 years in Germany. For giving any examination, you need to know one thing, how the test format is. Once you know the test format of the two examination, you can decide which one suits you personally and then work on it. Before going any forward, let's speak how the grading system for the TELC examination works. The test is divided into two parts, mündliche Prüfung and schriftliche Prüfung. That is the speaking part and schriftliche is the writing part. Again, the schriftliche is divided into three parts. One is Hören, one is Lesen and one is Schreiben. Since the hearing, listening and writing comes in part 1, you have to pass them together. So even though you achieve less marks in hearing, you can compensate that with writing and or listening. That is the best part of the TELC examination. You don't have the other part, the speaking part. You have to pass the second part individually. That means your speaking has to be very nice to pass the examination. For the first part, schriftliche Prüfung, you will get in total of 75 minutes. That means the 20 minutes for hearing and 45 minutes for writing and listening. The speaking part, again you will have 15 minutes. In total, you will need 60 marks. When you appear for taking a TELC examination, you will be given a question paper and an answer sheet. Normally, the first examination what they take is the hearing examination. In this, you will be asked first to listen to the audio and then let know how do you prefer it. Do you prefer on the high note or the low note? Generally, it's well enough to hear everything and each and every sentence and each and every word. They will also let you know to first read the questions and then hear the audio. And then you can note that the answers into the question paper. If you're very sure that you know the answer, you can also note it down directly into the answer sheet. But it could be sometimes a very hassle because you can't concentrate really on the audio and also write it down very nicely. So it's better to write first on the question paper and then note it down to the answer sheet. The hearing is divided into three parts. Teil 1, the part 1 includes the text. You will receive, you can hear the audio 2 times. There will be 6 questions. You first have to go all through all the questions and then hear the audio. The audio you can hear 2 times. So if you have missed something, if you didn't realize what exact number was, you can again listen it and correct your answers on the question paper. For every question, you will have 3 options. You need to decide which is the correct answer. Now, in this, for example, you can see welche Zimmernummer hat Herr Schneider. So, you have options like A, B, C. So, in the part 1, you will also have pictures. It won't be just words, so that it is easier to understand. And for the Teil 2, you will hear the audio only once. And only once you need to decide if it was false or it was true. So, for example, die Fahrgäste sollen in Zug bleiben. Was it false or true? You need to be very careful in this style because you just have 4 questions and you just hear the audio once. So, you can't miss the point what they have said. So, be careful about it. But generally, it's not very confusing part 2. The most confusing is when you go for the tile 1 and tile 2 because the audios are sometimes confusing what they speak. Now let's proceed to the part 3 of Hören. In this too, you will hear the audio 2 times. In this part, you will have 5 questions in total. Every question will have 3 options A, B, C, same like part 1. But I still find part 1 bit easier because it still have pictures which you can relate to. But the part 3 will have no pictures, just the text. For example, wo genau treffen sich die Männer? Am Zug, am Bahnhof, an der Information. So you need to see what exactly are they speaking about. You need to know exactly what is the meaning of words. So that I will let you know in the second video which words are important and which you need to remember. After you're finished with your hearing examination, you will be starting your listening and writing examination. And for that, you will be given total 45 minutes. It will be in continuation. They won't give you a gap in between. It is recommended to spend 25 minutes for the listening and 20 minutes for writing. Speaking about the first part of the listening examination, you will have 2 texts. In total, for the 2 texts, you will have 5 questions. For the first text, you will have 2 questions and the second test, you will have 3 questions. For that, you have to answer true or false. You have to read the text and then answer true or false. Let's go for an example. For an example, Hallo Lee, danke für deinen Mail. Dein Zug kommt hier in Hannover um 12:36 Uhr an. Ich bin ab 12:15 Uhr in Hauptbahnhof und warte auf dich vor der Auskunft. Du kannst mich den ganzen Vormittag auf mein Handy erreichen. Deine Katrin. So for example, once you have read this text, my suggestion would be to read the question first and then read the text. So you have an idea what answer you need to find for your question. So the question is, Lizzo kommt aus Hannover. Was it true or false? Now the part 2 of the listening part, which I personally find it very easy. Here you will have advertisement text and you will have 1 question. You need to find the answer of the question in the text. So you have to see which text matches maximum to the question. Let's see the example here. Sie wollen wissen, regnet es in Deutschland? Now there are 2 texts, www.offene.de or www.dvd.de. You need to see which matches the first. To see carefully, the first one has a 1 word concert. So the first one is not related to weather. The other one is related to the weather because it has the word klima and wetter. So that could match exactly with your question. So that's why I find this part very easy. So you can always come to the part 2 directly, solve it and go to the third part. Now the third part of the listening is again about true and false. Here you will have again 5 questions and again you will have a text box. So you will have a text and according to it they will ask you one of the question. You have to again read the text, find your answer and tell if the sentence was true or false according to the text. Let's see an example. Das Sprachzentrum. Das Sprachzentrum ist umgezogen. Sie findet uns jetzt in Beethovenstraße 23. Was it right or wrong? The question was, zum Deutschlernen gehen Sie in Beethovenstraße 23. So it is a Sprachzentrum. So it can also have, you can also learn German inside it. So definitely the answer is right. So it's a Sprachzentrum. So you definitely can also learn a language into that Sprachzentrum. So you can tick the answer right. So let's speak about the writing part. In the writing part, you will have 2 parts. The first one is in short, I can tell you the filling the blanks. You will have a text, you will have information about something, and then you have to fill that all information into one text. For example, if you see above, there are few blanks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have total 5 questions in part 1. You have to answer all the questions after reading the text. Speaking about the part 2 of writing. So if you have 20 marks, 20 minutes, I will suggest you to do 10 minutes for the part 1 and 10 minutes for the part 2. But part 1 might not really need 10 minutes. You can really finish it up in 7 minutes and give more time for the part 2. Because in part 2, you have to form the sentences. So here you need to think bit of, if you're just the beginner of the German, you need to think how to form sentences. So that would really take sometimes a longer time, and that's where I can suggest you to first complete the part 1 very nicely and in a shorter period of time, and then go for the part 2. I would also suggest, if you are doing listening and writing, go for the writing part 2 at the end. So you are not too stressed. You can just think in a lighter way. You have more time, and then you can just write whatever you think later on. So what you can do in the part 2 of writing. In the part 2 of writing, you need to have, they will give you 3 points. Using that 3 points, you need to write a para. You can also write an email. It's not important that you need to write and so to and from for the email. That's really not important. But what you need to write is, using this sentences directly, a para. In total, you need to write minimum 30 words for each para. Going to an example, let's see. Schreiben Sie an Touristeninformation in Dresden. So you have to write something about the tourist information in Dresden. The first thing what they are giving is, Sie kommen im August nach Dresden. So they are saying you are coming in Dresden in August. Second, they are saying, bieten Sie Informationen über Film, Theater, Museum und so weiter. Kulturprogramm. So they are saying you make the second sentences. So I forgot to tell you that whenever there one text is given, you need to minimum make 2 sentences out of it. If you can do it more, that would be also nice, but minimum 2 sentences. That means if they are asking you about the information about the film theater, you need to actually give the information about, for example, you can make a line about bis wie viel Uhr kann ich den Film sehen? Like an example. Then the third point is, bieten Sie Hoteladressen. So here, if you want to, for example, go for 30 words, first go for the first line. It is normally the easiest one. Sie kommen in August nach Dresden. So what you can write to the information people, ich komme in August nach Dresden. Oder ich reise nach Dresden im August aus Paris und besuchen die Stadt erste Mal. Wo kann ich die Informationen über Filme, Theater, Museum oder andere Kulturprogramme finden? Haben Sie irgendwelche Website für diese Information? Then the third sentence is, bieten Sie Hoteladressen. That means they are asking you to ask them about hotel address. So what you can say is, kann Sie mir bitten, welche Hotel empfehlen Sie? Können Sie bitte mir wieder schreiben das Hoteladresse? So you're requesting them to send the hotel address. That's also one of the things which can make you complete the whole paragraph. Try to make not too many sentences, easy sentences, because A1 they don't want many complex sentences, easy sentence but clear sentences. After finishing the listening and writing part, don't forget to take all your answers on the Antwortbogen, that is the answer sheet, because sometimes you do tick very easily on the question paper, but you just miss the answer sheet. And if you don't mark it on the answer sheet, even though they have your answer on the question paper, they won't consider it that they are very clear about it. So you need to take all the answers on your answer paper. And let's speak about the part which most people are afraid about, the speaking part. In the speaking part, again, the test is divided into 3 parts. And don't forget that the speaking part you need to pass individually. So it doesn't matter in which part do you have less marks, more marks, but in total when you are speaking, the 3 parts of speaking should give you passing marks. The speaking test will be for 15 minutes. So after you're finished done with the writing and listening part, you will be moved to the another room and you will be given partners. You will be allotted partners. You can speak with them for some time. You can also have a conversation with them so that you also understand the way they speak, because the person in front of you also don't know much of German. And in my case, the person didn't even know English. So it's also very difficult to communicate sometimes. So you need to understand how they are speaking, and you need to understand the words, because you need to do a conversation with the person. And that could be sometimes tricky. So utilize that time in between so that you speak with each other and know how your language is. The first part, I find it very easy in the speaking, that is sich vorstellen. In this part, you will be introducing yourself. But the important part is, what points are you including when you're introducing yourself? In the part 1, you need to include points, right? Like the name, age, where you are living, what are you doing, from where are you coming, then about your speaking, about your job, and also about your hobby. It's very important to include all the points and have a para written before your examination and prepare for the speaking test, so it doesn't hamper you when you're literally on the examination and doesn't make you nervous too. Don't try to make these sentences on the spot, because it will just make you nervous. The second part of speaking is Information bieten und Information geben. That means you need to ask information and give information. So the topics which can be included in this part 2 of TELC, part 2 of speaking, could be Frühstück, Lieblingsessen, Sonntag, Bier, Fisch, Boot, Zeitung, Kasse, Obst, Schuhe, Buch, Startplan. This could be the topics. What you need to do in this is, for example, there will be 2 sheets. So from these topics, you need to take two words. For example, I took the word first as Frühstück. So if you are one person and you are having a partner in front of you, so for example, I'm asking the person, was hast du heute für Frühstück gegessen? Yeah. So I asked him, I asked the information. Your partner says, ich habe heute einen Apfel gegessen. So he gave you information. That is, take and give information in the part 2. The second, you need to choose 2 words. For example, the second word is Boot. Welche Boot magst du gerne? Ich mag gerne Kartoffelbrötchen. So you give the information and you take the information. Only 1 sentence is enough. Tile 2 is not that difficult, because you need to have every sentences for every theme, and you just need to ask and give 1 information, and you will be done for the part 2 of speaking. Then, speaking about the part 3 of speaking. This part is about bitte formulieren und darauf reagieren. That means you need to formulate a sentence using bitte. That means you have to request something and you have to react something to it. Here are also few of pictures which they give you. So in the first they have the words, but in this style they will give you pictures. For example, they will have pictures like apple, banana, fruit juice, Tasche, bag, dog, keys, bag, suitcase, sunflower, laptop, auto, cake, or Fleisch. Yeah. So in this, for example, if you choose apple, you need to make a sentence for bitte. That means you need to ask them something like, kann Sie bitte mir sagen, wo kann ich die Apfel finden? So the person in front of you reacts. So he will say, Sie können in die Ecke nach vorne nach links finden. So he reacted to your statement. That's how you will same way do the part 2. Sie bitte mir sagen, haben Sie meine Tasche gesehen? So like bag. Can you please tell me, did you see my bag? I just lost it somewhere. So the person reacts, es tut mir leid, habe ich keine Ahnung. So the person reacts, sorry, I don't know. So that will be the part 3 of your speaking. Again, in this, you don't need to make the whole conversation. You just need to make one sentence of bitte and one sentence of reaction. It is expected to speak in the first part of the speaking for 3 minutes. Then it is expected to speak in the second part for 4 minutes and in the third part for again 4 minutes. The marks given for the Teil 1, that is the part 1, is 3 points, 3 marks. And the marks for the second part is 6 marks. Same way, the marks for the third part is 6 points. In total, you can get 15 points. Now, as you see on the screen, that this is the first sheet which will be given to you for filling. Here you have to fill your family name, that is your surname, then your first name, your date of birth, and also your place of birth, your first language, are you male, female, and also your sex, then your Prüfungszentrum, this will be given by the Prüfung place itself, and your date. After filling the sheet, you will be also offered with the answer sheet. There will be for every tile, there will be different forms. So for the whole herein, you have Tile 1, Tile 2, Tile 3. For the listening, you have again Tile 1, Tile 2, Tile 3. For the writing, you will be offered a blank. For the Tile 1, again you have to write just one word. That is the fill in the blanks. So you will write every word what you have thought of in the first part. Then the same way you will be offered for the speaking part. It will be again divided into Tile 1, Tile 2 and Tile 3. Then for the writing second part, where you have to write a para, you will be again given a blank sheet. And that would also be the last sheet. It won't be given much. You have to fit all the paragraph in just one page. This was all about the A1 model test paper. Let me know in the comments which part for the A1 examination do you find the most difficult, so that I can make another video on the practical tips which could be used for passing the examination. Also, let me know, how did you find this video? Was it really useful for you? Did it clear you some of the topics which you wanted? Thank you so much guys for watching my video, and like, share and subscribe to my video, and see you next time again.